Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane at UFC 321 is so interesting to me, not just because of the stylistic matchup, which, just to be clear, I think Tom Aspinall ends up winning because I think he has the advantage in the grappling. Just like he submitted Volkov, who is a common opponent between the two of these men. You can go and watch Cyril Gane versus Volkov. They kind of were pretty even on the ground together. Aspinall went in there, steamrolled him, submitted him in 2 rounds, and that was that. He very well could do the same thing with Cyril Gane. So with that said, stylistically, I'm interested, but I'm more so interested in the interpersonal dynamics of this fight. What do I mean by that? Well, Tom Aspinall against Jon Jones is viewed through rose-colored glasses because he is going up against the most hated, most accomplished fighter in Jon Jones. I say it all the time, and I'll say it again, but there are no Tom Aspinall fans outside of the UK. They are only Jon Jones haters. If you're not from England, if you're not from that area, the UK, if you're not from across the pond, all right, you're not a Tom Aspinall fan. You're just a Jon Jones hater, and that's fine, but now he's not fighting Jon Jones, okay? And now you can't necessarily view him through those same rose-colored glasses. And now we get to see how the crowd reacts to him at a press conference where he's not, you know what I mean, supposed to be the most liked. Where he's not, oh, I'm just going to cheer for anything he says because he's going up against Jon Jones and I hate Jon Jones. He doesn't have that anymore. Cyril Gane doesn't have haters like that. And, you know, I don't know why anyone would hate Cyril Gane. So, there's that. But, yeah. Whether it's Cyril Gane, Derek Lewis, Jailton Almeida, Francis Ngannou, if he comes back, oh my God, God forbid, for Tom Aspinall's sake, if Francis Ngannou came back to the UFC after his contract and fought Tom Aspinall, I promise you, Francis would be the more well-liked person. He would have the... He would be the media darling in that sense. Tom Aspinall is a prick. And the reason why you guys like him being a prick is because he's doing it to Jon Jones, who's like more than just a prick. You could argue he's a domestic abuser, you know what I mean? Like, I've heard people make that claim. It's on, 911 calls, allegedly, all these things. You could really make the claim that Jon Jones would rather run out of a car after he hits a pregnant woman and flee the scene. You know what I mean? Like, you could bring that up, and I get it. So, it's just different. It's just different when you're fighting Cyril Gane, and it's a level playing field in terms of popularity and in terms of how you're viewed and perspective, and when you turn on your social media and you see the response from the fans. It's a different thing in that versus when you're the darling in Jon Jones and you can do no wrong. Anything you post on your YouTube is perfect, and you get what I'm saying? You're painted in that light. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this all plays out and seeing how Tom Aspinall can go in there and build his own legacy and not just ride off the coattails of Jon Jones. And that's another thing. In this situation, Tom Aspinall has to now build his own legacy. He has to, beat contender after contender after contender after contender. He has to do that. He has a little bit easier because he's doing it at heavyweight, and the record's not that high. It's only 3, and he's already talking about, does my interim title defense count, things like that. So, it's a little murky at heavyweight. In my opinion, he can't be the best heavyweight ever because of Fedor Emelianenko, okay? Fedor's the guy, period. And that'll be another video. I'll do a Tom Aspinall Fedor video, and we'll see what people say. So, regardless of that, Tom Aspinall is going to have to take the hard road to legacy, the hard road to legend status. The easy road is You win a few fights, you get your name out there, you get your opportunity. Boom, you seize your opportunity, right? Like a Conor McGregor. And then you ride off. After you beat Jose Aldo, there's nothing left. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I remember when he beat Jose Aldo, man. Like, you guys don't get it because a lot of you people started watching after the fact. But, so, like, you didn't have the context of who this guy was and who that guy was. But the way people viewed Aldo, who Aldo was before that Conor fight, is really no different than who John Jones is. You know, like, literally the greatest of his weight class, to royalty, MMA royalty. And to see him fall the way he did in the amount of time that he did, and to see that Conor did it, oh my God, it was insane. It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts and incredible, and you felt like you were watching magic, honestly. Like, it was Conor magic, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then he gets on the mic and he does what he does. Like, never seen anything since. Never seen something like it before. And yeah, but just moving on from that, that's the easy way. Tom Aspinall's got to do it the hard way now. He can't just go straight to the big boss, Mr. Legacy. To where, you know, if Aldo beat Conor, it wouldn't have been the end of the world because everybody loses to Aldo. If John Jones beat Aspinall, it ain't the end of the world because everybody loses to John Jones. But if Cyril Gane beats you, kind of got a problem now, right? Kind of got a little bit of a problem. Maybe all that greatest of all time talk, all that legacy talk goes away. You get what I mean? If Derek Lewis beats you, if Jailton Almeida beats you, if Francis Ngannou comes back and beats you, you get what I mean? All that. Is Tom Aspinall the greatest heavyweight of all time? All that silly talk, that nonsense, dumb talk is gone. Against John Jones, not so much, because everybody loses to John. DC lost to John. You get what I mean? Like, all this stuff, man. Stipe lost to John. Everybody loses to John. That's my take on this, man. This is a very interesting fight for matchup purposes, sure. But the interpersonal dynamics at play here are just so much more interesting to me. I cannot wait for the press conference. I cannot wait for the interviews. I'm going to be listening closely to the interviews, getting a good sense of their mindsets going into the fight. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more content. And yeah, whether you agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. Just join the discussion. And thank you. You are all appreciated.